Evergreen content refers to content that remains relevant and useful for an extended period, often years, after its initial publication. Unlike topical content, which covers current events or trends, evergreen content is timeless and continues to provide value to readers regardless of when they access it. The term evergreen comes from the fact that evergreen trees retain their leaves throughout the year, unlike deciduous trees that lose their leaves in the fall. Similarly, evergreen content remains fresh and valuable year-round. Types of evergreen content. There are many types of evergreen content, including how-to guides, tutorials, listicles, FAQs, product reviews, and historical content. Let's take a closer look at each of these. How-to guides. How-to guides are instructional pieces of content that teach readers how to do something. These guides can cover anything from cooking recipes to home improvement projects to digital marketing strategies. The key to creating an effective how-to guide is to break down the process into easy-to-follow steps and provide plenty of visuals to help readers understand the instructions. Tutorials. Tutorials are similar to how-to guides, but they tend to be more focused on a specific skill or tool. For example, a tutorial on how to use Adobe Photoshop or Microsoft Excel would be considered evergreen content because the software doesn't change significantly over time. Listicles. Listicles are articles that present information in a list format, such as 10 tips for better sleep or 5 ways to improve your time management. Listicles are popular because they're easy to read and scan, and they provide readers with actionable advice. FAQs. FAQs, frequently asked questions, are a type of evergreen content that addresses common questions and concerns that readers may have. Companies often use FAQs on their websites to help customers find answers to common questions about their products or services. Product reviews. Product reviews are another type of evergreen content that provides readers with valuable information about a specific product or service. Reviews should be detailed and unbiased, providing readers with both the pros and cons of the product. Historical content. Historical content is evergreen because it provides readers with a deeper understanding of a particular subject or event. For example, a history of the American Civil War or a biography of a famous scientist would be considered evergreen content. Why is evergreen content important? Evergreen content is important for several reasons. First, it can drive long-term traffic to a website. Unlike topical content, which may only be relevant for a short period, evergreen content can continue to attract readers for years to come. This means that evergreen content can help improve a website's search engine ranking, as search engines tend to favor websites with high-quality, evergreen content. Second, evergreen content can establish a website or brand as an authority in its niche. By providing valuable, informative content that readers can rely on, a website or brand can build trust with its audience and become a go-to resource for information. Finally, evergreen content can help a website or brand generate leads and sales. By providing readers with valuable information about a product or service, a website or brand can establish itself as a trusted source of information and increase the likelihood that readers will become customers. Tips for creating evergreen content. Creating evergreen content requires careful planning and execution. Here are some tips to help you create effective evergreen content. Focus on topics with broad appeal. To ensure that your evergreen content remains relevant for years to come, it's essential to focus on topics with broad appeal. Avoid topics that are too narrow or specific, as these are more likely to become outdated quickly. Provide in-depth information. Evergreen content should be informative and detailed, providing readers with all the information they need to know about a particular subject. This means going beyond surface-level information and digging deeper to provide readers with a comprehensive understanding of the topic. Consider conducting research, interviewing experts, and citing reputable sources to add depth and credibility to your content. Use evergreen keywords. When creating evergreen content, it's important to use keywords that will remain relevant over time. Avoid using trendy or time-sensitive keywords that may lose their relevance quickly. Instead, Focus on evergreen keywords that are relevant to your topic and have a proven track record of search volume. Make it visually appealing. While the information you provide is crucial, the way you present it is just as important. Use visuals such as images, videos, and infographics to break up text and make your content more engaging and easier to read. Update your content regularly. While evergreen content is designed to remain relevant over time, it's still essential to update it periodically to ensure that it remains accurate and up to date. Consider revisiting your evergreen content every 6 months to a year to make any necessary updates and keep it fresh. Examples of evergreen content. Let's take a look at some examples of evergreen content to get a better sense of what it looks like. How to build a website. A how-to guide on building a website is an example of evergreen content because the basic principles of website building remain the same, even as technology and design trends evolve. The Ultimate Guide to Social Media Marketing. A comprehensive guide to social media marketing is an example of evergreen content because while social media platforms may change, the basic principles of social media marketing remain the same. The top 10 tips for a successful job interview. A listicle of job interview tips is an example of evergreen content because job interviews and job-seeking practices remain relatively constant over time. The history of the English language. A historical overview of the English language is an example of evergreen content because while the language may evolve, its origins and development remain the same. The best ways to save money on groceries. A listicle of money-saving tips for grocery shopping is an example of evergreen content because while prices and products may change, the fundamental principles of budgeting and shopping smart remain the same. Evergreen content is an essential component of any content marketing strategy. By providing valuable, timeless information, evergreen content can drive long-term traffic, establish a website or brand as an authority in its niche, and generate leads and sales. When creating evergreen content, it's important to focus on topics with broad appeal, provide in-depth information, use evergreen keywords, make it visually appealing, and update it regularly. By following these tips, you can create effective evergreen content that will continue to provide value to readers for years to come.